It started as a simple early morning date to Firoz Shah Kotla ruins. She had picked the location, somewhere quiet, surrounded by greenery, and mostly empty at that hour. To be honest, I wasn't a fan of the place, but hey, like any gentleman, I agreed. The ruins weren't my idea of a romantic spot, but it had its charm, I guess. The morning began peacefully. It was just the two of us in the park, talking, laughing, and sharing little bits about ourselves. At one point, she looked at me and asked, "Do you know why I don't like horror movies?" I laughed and said, "Because you're scared." She shook her head, her expression dead serious. "No. It's because I can actually see things in real life." I laughed it off, thinking she was messing with me, but she didn't laugh along. We walked deeper into the garden, crossing the trees and paths until we reached the ruins near the mosque. That's when things took a turn. She stopped walking abruptly and said, almost to herself, "You know this place is known to have jinns, right?" Now, I'm a Delhite too, so I'd heard the stories, the infamous legends of jinns haunting these ruins. But to hear her bring it up in such a matter-of-fact way was unsettling. Before I could respond, she suddenly stopped talking altogether. Her face went pale, her breathing quickened, and then she grabbed my hand, pulling me closer. "Please, stay near me," she whispered. Her voice trembled. "What happened?" I asked, trying to sound calm. "I saw something," she said, glancing nervously behind her. "Oh God, not again." I wanted to believe she was just messing with me or maybe trying to get some attention, but the fear in her eyes, man, it wasn't fake. She looked genuinely shaken. She insisted we leave that spot, so I followed her. She led us to an area with stone pillars and an open square ground. And then, almost as if trying to distract herself, she started telling me a story about the place. This spot, she said, was used as a cult ground for summoning something supernatural. Something powerful. She pointed toward a small, dark window in the ruins above us. "That's where the entity watches over its devotees." I tried to play it cool, but I couldn't shake the eerie vibe her words created. It felt like I was part of a live podcast straight out of Bud FM. Then she dropped another bomb. "It's not just one entity," she continued. "There are multiple weak jinns too. But the stronger one, it's the one you really don't want to notice you." At this point, I wasn't sure if I was scared or just skeptical. We ended our little exploration soon after and headed to a cozy cafe to shake off the weirdness. But my curiosity got the better of me. While sipping coffee, I asked her, "What if these things don't follow you, but me instead?" She looked at me seriously and said, "They only attach themselves to people who can see them. Even if one follows us, I'll know. I'd distance myself from you to see if it's following me or you. If it's behind you, I can give you a mantra to cleanse yourself. But if it's behind me..." She paused, her voice dropping. "Then I'll have to figure out a way to detach them from me." Her words sent a chill down my spine, but I tried to laugh it off. It was funny, right? It had to be. Yet, later that night, when I was alone in my room, the whole conversation replayed in my head. Her fear, her seriousness, it didn't feel like a joke anymore. I don't believe in ghosts or jinns. I'm skeptical about these things. But at midnight, lying alone in the dark, thinking about her words, even skeptics feel a little scared. And yeah, honestly, who wouldn't be scared when alone in the dark with those thoughts running wild?